Okay, I have with me, we're at a distance, miles away. About 3 or 4 miles away now, mate, isn't it? Via, of course, the wonderful Zoom. Martin Craig, long time no see here, mate.
Aye, absolutely, mate. It's probably a good thing sometimes.
Yes, yeah. No doubt we'll catch up for a pint soon, but I thought I'd come to you because it is a very, very uncertain future from an amateur theatre level. And I think you're the man to go to. I mean, there's a lot of rumours flying around about rehearsals, etc. And I think we just sort of try and get some sort of common ground. Firstly, question I was going to ask you is, I've heard rehearsing will not be allowed for quite a while because apparently singing is high risk for spreading COVID. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, we've had the 2 metre rule up to now, expulsion of bodily fluids type thing from the mouth.
Yeah.
But I think the latest I heard was it was 6 metres if you're actually singing.
Right.
And there's a local thing going around. Well, I'll say a national thing going around about Andrew Lloyd Webber being able to do his shows as long as they don't sing.
Right.
Which, it would make our Noda rep job a lot easier if they didn't. But
well, I've got a good thing coming up. I've got playing shortly in the show. I've got 3 songs with the same tune from Andrew Lloyd Webber. 3 different occasions.
No, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole show then, isn't it?
Yeah. No, Beautiful Game. You probably know which one. Beautiful Game.
Yeah.
And then the one sung by Kirita Kanewa, and then it became the theme tune for Love Never Dies.
Right. Yeah.
You listen to them all.
Lucky you.
Yeah. We've exposed him. No, but going back to this, mate. Going back to the amateur thing, which is what we're here for. How can you see it panning out? I mean, amateur societies. It's a long way in the future. I know people have a lot more priorities than that these days. But from our hobby and our love of theatre, where's it going to go?
I really don't know. I mean, if we're looking at, we have one venue in Barrow at the moment that's used, and that's the Forum, and that has fixed seating. So, from an audience point of view, I can't see anything going on there in that respect at the moment. The Coronation Hall has a slightly better way of doing things in the fact that the seating can actually be separated. You can separate it into different groups, family bubbles, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But it's like you say. I mean, the rehearsal thing's the hardest thing, and also a lot of our audiences, unless the people from other societies, are generally an older audience, which are generally the vulnerable and the shielding.
Yeah, exactly.
The grandparents.
The forum. I'm thinking probably cabaret seating, but that leads me to my next question. Obviously, with the more modern musicals, copyright and rights holders' fees are very important.
So expensive. Yeah, they're so expensive, and they stay the same.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be viable to put a show on. Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't have thought so.
So really, at the moment, it's quite difficult to even put a timeline on resuming amateur theatre rehearsals and the hobby that we love.
I personally, at the moment, can't see anything. Well, I can't see me going to see anything before the end of the year, before the end of this year.
Yeah.
And of course, generally people are rehearsing for at least 4 months before a production.
Yeah.
So unless things change in that respect, I mean, we could do as much rehearsing on Zoom, as much rehearsing separately as is necessary, but you really need that feedback from the other people around you.
The marvellous award ceremony that you had at Abbey House, and of course the region winners were put forward to the Northwest. This year's nominees, will they carry forward, or is it null and void?
Well, no, it's not null and void. Those people deserve their moment, and they always have deserved their moment. Yeah. I know their real moment is actually being on stage in the first place.
Yep.
But because we only saw basically 2.5 months worth of productions at the beginning of this year, hopefully we'll be seeing things from the beginning of next year.
Yep.
And I would hope that the start of this year's and all of next year's will go into the year afters.
Yeah.
If you understand my meaning. Because we won't be doing any district dinners, I wouldn't have thought, but there again, that's not up to me. We'll discuss that at the next meeting. Because we won't be doing any district dinners, I would think that it gives us more scope to have the one that we would normally have at May this year,
right.
Well, would have had, sometime next year, because we've got a year to celebrate.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it would be such a shame.
If we're not actually doing something next year for this year, we could do something next year for last year, if you understand my meaning.
Yeah. So you can see the possibility of maybe something starting in the new year?
Definitely. I mean, because we're not having our district dinners, or I'm assuming we won't be having our district dinners, we could actually have it earlier. It's always been stuck in May because of the bank holiday weekend.
Right.
Which then makes venues very difficult.
Yeah.
So it gives us a chance to actually look at a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
Do it over 2 weekends instead of one. I don't know. There's lots of scope for us to actually change what we've been doing.
Yeah. I mean, Showstoppers only deals with sort of like local groups, but of course, you being the district NODA rep, you see further afield, such as Lancaster and further up the coast, etc.
Yeah.
And I take it we're all in the same boat.
Everywhere's in the same boat. The whole country is in the same boat, mate.
Yeah.
It's every single person is asking the same questions, and at the moment there are no real answers.
No,
because let's face it. Every night when we used to watch the TV thing, there was always a curveball.
Yeah,
there's things that we expected, but all of a sudden they'd come up with, "Oh, you can do this, you can do that." And it's like, "Oh,
yeah." So
we just don't know, and from one week to the next, like businesses, we're not being told. It's sprung upon people,
Exactly. Well, let's hope, mate. Look, great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Let's hope next time you're in the studio, because I'll be recalling you. You'll be a third time, won't you? To pick another 5 tunes and have a chat.
It was 2 years ago today that you called me in the first time.
Right. No doubt we'll have another five for you to choose, because we're gradually getting back into the studio. And let's hope we've got some better news next time I'm chatting to you.
No, absolutely. Take care of yourself.
And you, mate. Stay safe.